The Democrat Inquisition is at it again, and this time they've attacked one of Trump's judge picks for being too Catholic. Isn't it funny how the supposed arbiters of hate and bigotry are the ones taking cues from the 19th century bigot playbook? Senator Dianne Feinstein, ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, apparently has a problem with one of Trump's judge picks and is pretty brazen about why. In a line of questioning alluding to how Notre Dame law professor, mother of 7, and Trump nominee Amy Coney Barrett might rule in regard to abortion, the senator says Barrett's Catholic faith, which she discussed in some previous public lectures, was a concern for her ability to do the job of a federal judge.
When you read your speeches, the conclusion one draws is that the dogma lives loudly within you. And that's of concern.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. A sitting senator of the United States openly suggested that a nominee to the federal bench was unfit for public office because of her faith. But the leftist inquisition didn't stop there either. Other Democrat senators chimed in the same hearing.
Would you recuse yourself as a Catholic judge from death penalty cases?
What's an Orthodox Catholic? Do you consider yourself an Orthodox Catholic?
Okay guys, just as a reminder, the Constitution clearly states that no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States, regardless of how loud their dogma is. But this isn't even the first time something like this has happened this year. Remember when Bernie Sanders put Trump budget nominee Russ Vought on the spot for a theology column that he'd written?
They do not know God because they have rejected Jesus Christ, his son, and they stand condemned. Do you believe that that statement is Islamophobic?
Absolutely not, Senator. I'm a Christian, and I believe in a Christian set of principles based on my faith.
You know what's really ironic here? Career Democrat politicians smearing people and policing appointees as dogma. After all, their own hard left secularist progressivist dogma is the only reason they're doing it in the first place. What they really don't like is that Barrett is a practicing Catholic who believes in things like the sanctity of human life. And of course, that belief interferes with the Democrat Party's dogma on things like abortion on demand. I mean, let's face it, anti-religious leftists are really no better than all those 19th century bigots who did everything they could to keep people like Catholics and Jews out of public office and out of public life.
Guide my hand against your Roman popery!
Nowadays, liberals are just fine with public officials identifying as traditional believers, so long as they don't actually believe anything that conflicts with leftist dogma. But if you do happen to believe those things, just make sure you never ever mention them in public. This sort of thing is so disgustingly hypocritical. Think about it. One of the left's biggest tactics is to screech about hate and bigotry every single time they can't defend their policies intellectually. But hey, targeting political appointees specifically because of their deeply held religious beliefs? Totally on the table, so long as it serves the almighty progressivist agenda. This has been your Capitol Hill Brief. We'll see you next time. And until then, may your dogma live louder than the left's anti-religious hatred.